Welcome everybody to this book reading, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. We're doing this book in this club for the third time. And let's look what all magic is there for all of us. One word changes everything. For more than 20 centuries, words within a sacred text have mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by almost all who read them. Only a very few people through history have realized that the worlds are a riddle, and that once you solve the riddle, once you uncover the mystery, a new world will appear before your eyes. In The Magic, Rhonda Byrne reveals this life changing knowledge to the world. And then, on an incredible 28-day journey, she teaches you how to apply this knowledge in your everyday life. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, what your circumstances, the magic is going to change your entire life. This is about the publisher. May the magic open up a new world for you and bring you joy for your entire existence. This is my intention for you and for the world. That is why I said, it's very important to have everybody's intention. See, because at the end of the day, whatever is it that we want, and a lot of times we're not clear, but the intention always has to be there. And the intention should always be shared or verbalized in order for that to manifest in your life. Acknowledgements. When I first sit down to write a book, the creation begins as a joyful yet solitary one. There is just the universe and me. Then gradually the circle begins to widen, encompassing more and more people, all of whom contribute their expertise, until finally you're holding the creation of a new book in your hands. The following people were a part of the ever widening circle of creation that allowed the magic to reach you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my daughter Sky, who worked tirelessly side by side with me editing, along with Josh Gold, who contributed his scientific knowledge and research skills to help me unite the discoveries of science with the words of religion. To Shamus Hor, thanks to my editor Cindy Black from Beyond Words for a straightforward editing approach and probing questions which have made me a better writer. Thanks to Nick George for his creative vision, which captured the magic through the interior graphics and the front cover. To Shamus Hor and Carla Thornton at Goza Media, thanks for the final production of the graphics and the layout of the book. Thanks to the secret team who helped me take a new book into the world and who are the backbone of my work. In particular, my sister, Jan Child, who heads up the entire publishing team, Andra Kier, who heads up the colossal creative team, Paul Harrington, and my sister, Glenda Bell, who teamed up with photographer Raphael Kilpatrick and the rest of our team to create the magical pictures in this book. And thanks to the other secret team members whose behind the scenes work is invaluable: Don Zick, Mark O'Connor, Mike Gardner, Laurie Sharapo, Corey Jonasing, Chiley, Peter Bryan, and my daughter Haley. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my publishers, Atria Books and Simon & Schuster, to Caroline Reedy, Judith Kur, Darren Delino, Tristan Fan, James Pervin, Kimberly Goldstein, and Isolate Sor. I'm blessed to have such an amazing team of people. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Angel Martin Velos for his spiritual guidance, love, and wisdom, to my sister Pauline Vernon, and my dearest friend and family for their continued support and enthusiasm for my work. and with deepest gratitude to those great human beings of centuries ago who left their written words so that we might discover them at exactly the right time, that indefinable life changing moment when we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So, just a small glimpse, when we talk about anything that happens, nothing happens in isolation. Everything is a collaborative effort. So, this book reading probably initiated by me, but it was only possible with the collaborative effort of this entire group that this came in. I mean, those of you who are there in the book reading since long, we've not done a book in more than a year. It's not that we have not announced. I've announced it 3 times, but we could not get enough participants. We never started. So probably everything happens at the right time. If that right time is what we question, and that is the difference when we start questioning that right time, is we get onto a very different game, and we start, you know, getting a lot stuck in all our lives. So always remember, everything happens at the right time for the right reason. That reason might not be clear, but eventually you'll get to it. And start acknowledging people in your lives, because everything that is happening to you, or that is happening in your life, has a strong significance of the collaborative influence of whoever is around you, your family members, your friends, your business partners, your business colleagues, your employees, your bosses. Everything is there to make it for you in the right manner. And this book actually sets the tone for how to be, how to align everything in the right manner by being in that frequency of gratitude. So, as you can see, this book is a detailed work where we will talk about 28 different practices of how and for what and for whatever reasons we can be thankful for. I mean, if I talk about in a general sense, the best part about what happens in life is we are generally thankful for whatever we get. In life, whatever we get, we are thankful for it. And the flip side of it is whatever we don't get, we are not thankful for that. It's only that you start being thankful for what you have and also what you don't have. That is where you will start to get onto that frequency of magic happening in your life. Number one, I hope everybody is hale and hearty. I thank God that I'm disease free right now. Or I thank God, I'm not caught up in a storm. I thank God there is food on my table. So, we'll cover it one by one. But in a take a general note that start being thankful for whatever you have, and also for whatever is positive and what you don't have. Because that is also a blessing in disguise. So there are 28 practices. We'll be covering up one practice every day. How this book goes is very fantastic. All you need to do is attend the session. If you cannot attend the session for some reason, no issues. You will be given daily recordings. You can watch the recording, whatever you have missed, or what if you want to revisit the recording, you can do that at your disposal. But the most important is that in each and every chapter, you will have a few assignments. And these assignments are not school homework. You don't need to dread it. Koi teacher marega nahi hai. We are all adults here. But the whole beauty of this book is to create magic. That action has to be from you. Because that action is when you do these assignments, so that you are able to grab that frequency of gratitude where magic truly happens. Do you believe in magic? My screen is such that वो पहली लाइन मुझे पढ़ती दिखती नहीं है. So I'll be referring to the book. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Roald Dahl, 1916 to 1990, a writer. Remember, when you were a child and you looked at life in total wonder and awe, life was magical and exciting. And the smallest things were utterly thrilling to you. You were fascinated by the frost on the grass, a butterfly flickering through the air, or any strange leaf or rock on the ground. You were full of excitement when you lost a tooth because it meant that the tooth fairy would be coming that night and you would count down the days to that magical night of Christmas. Even though you had no idea how Santa Claus could get to every child in the world in one night, somehow he did it. And he never let you down. Reindeer could fly, there were fairies in the garden, pets were like people, toys had personalities, dreams came true, and you could touch the stars. Your heart was full of joy, and your imagination knew no limits. And you believed that life was magical. There is an exquisite feeling many of us had as children that everything is good, that every day promises more excitement and adventure, and that nothing could ever thwart our joy for the magic of it all. But somehow, as we grew into adults, responsibilities, problems, and difficulties took their toll on us. We became disillusioned, and the magic we once believed in as children faded and disappeared. It's one of the reasons why, as adults, we love to be around children so that we can experience that feeling we once had, even if it's just for a glimpse. I'm here to tell you that magic you once believed in is true, and it's the disillusioned adult perspective of life that is false. The magic of life is real, and it's as real as you are. In fact, life can be far more wondrous than you ever thought it was as a child, and more breathtaking, awe inspiring, and exciting than anything you've seen before. When you know you want, when you know what to do to bring forth the magic, you will live the life of your dreams. Then you will wonder how you ever could have given up in believing in the magic of life. You may not see reindeer fly, but you will see the things you've always wanted appearing before your eyes, and you will see the things you've dreamed of for so long suddenly happening. You will never know exactly how everything weaved together for your dreams to come true because magic works in the invisible realm, and that's the most thrilling part. Are you ready to experience the magic again? Are you ready to be filled with awe and wonder every day like when you were a child? Get ready for the magic. Our adventure begins 2000 years ago when life changing knowledge was hidden within a sacred text. Before we start and reveal the mystery, we all have, you know, close proximity to children, small children, probably teenagers. Just go back to any of your experiences with probably your kids or your nephew, nieces. A child less than 7 years, 8 years is a pure soul. Okay. और उसको कोई लेना देना नहीं है. He is sorted. This I like, this I don't like. I want this, I need this. Please buy me chocolates. I want to buy toys. But have you ever wondered how they are so pure? Because at that age, till about 8 years of your age, your judgment is not formed. You don't judge. The maximum judgment, this is good, this is bad. That also you tell them. This is good. This is bad. उनका खुद का कुछ नहीं है. For them, everything is good. Of course, school also at times is good, at times is bad. But when you're in that age, you are so much engrossed in basic, small, small things of life that you don't have to worry about things. I mean, for a child, for example, if he or she wants a toy, they will just ask, I want this. For them, it's yes, मुझे चाहिए, मैंने मांग लिया. They are not bothered whether your salary has come, whether there is enough money in your account, whether you can afford it or not. Nothing. Because when you are at that purity level of a soul, you are never into how. And the basic rule of manifestation, which we all should, learn from all small children's, is never question the how. Kaise hoga? Nahi. Just let it allow, let it flow. Because at the end of the day, anything that you can think of, the reality of that happening in your life exists. That is why you are thinking of it. Why not any other thing? So if you're thinking for magics in your life, that means there is a reality that can allow that magic to happen in your life, provided you have your doors open. You can't be in a room where you've blocked or closed all doors and windows and are sitting inside with the feeling, why is there no sunlight in the room? Do you think there is no sunlight outside? There is. But what is it that we are doing? We have closed our doors for receiving with responsibilities, with bad experiences, memory ke upar memory, memory ke upar memory. And then we say that there is no magic left in my life. But the moment we come to realize that I have the responsibility to open that door for the sunlight or the magic to flow into my life, and that door has 28 keys, which we will discover one by one in this book, so that you are able to open that doors, those windows of your receiving for abundance, magic, and amazing things to unravel in your life. Okay, let's get to the basic great mystery. The following passage comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures, and it has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over centuries. Whoever has will be given more, and he will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. You have to admit that when you read the passage, it appears unjust, as it seems to be saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. But there's a riddle to be solved in the passage, a mystery to uncover, and when you know it, a new world will have opened for you. And the answer to the mystery that has eluded so many of centuries is one hidden word: gratitude. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken away from him or her. So, the catch, the hidden word is gratitude. So it's not key if you have a lot of money, you will continue to get more money. And if you don't have enough money, you will not have money. But if you have gratitude, you will continue to get more and have abundance. But if you do not have gratitude, whatever you have will also be taken away from you. By the revelation of one hidden word, a cryptic text is made crystal clear. 2000 years have passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they ever were. If you don't take the time to be grateful, you will never have more, and what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is in these words. If you are grateful, you will be given more and you will have abundance. From the Quran, the promise of gratitude is equally emphatic. And remember, when God proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe. It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whether you're religious or not. These words from Holy Scriptures and the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing a fundamental law of science and the universe. So, whoever has gratitude will be given more and more and more. But whoever does not have gratitude, whatever he or she has, that will also be taken away from him or her. What exactly are we trying to say here? कि खाली gratitude से सब कुछ आ जाएगा? Is it possible? It is, and I'll explain it to you how. When you're on gratitude, means you are thankful for whatever you have. And when you are on that frequency of being thankful for whatever you have, the universe is watching. It's like a father sitting up and seeing that, yeah, he's really appreciating whatever I give him. He's never complaining. He's always in gratitude. I think I should give him more. That's exactly what we do uh, with our children. If you get a toy or a chocolate for your child, and he or she says, "I love it," you will get strong chances are next time you go, you will buy for him. But flip side, if the child says, I don't like this chocolate, this is this I used to like when I was a child. I'm a grown up now. I don't like this. I want this. So kahin na kahin, you will have it at the back of your mind. Yeah, this guy is not thankful for whatever I have done for him. Should I continue to do more? I mean, leave aside a child. If somebody is good with you, even if it is superficially good, you would like to do it for the other person because you then get onto a frequency where you feel higher. He really values what I did for him. I should do more. But on a very similar note, if the other person does not value whatever you've done for him or her, strong chances you will think twice before doing anything again for that same person. And that is where the frequency of gratitude comes. That if you are thankful for everything that you have, and then you are on that frequency of being, of the frequency of gratitude, the universe is watching and will provide you more and more and more. That's how this law works. The universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life, according to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe, from the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets. Like attracts like. It's because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are energy too. And So whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract to you. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I'm coming down with something, he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, my child is a problem, my life is a mess, or my marriage is in trouble, then you must attract more of these experiences. But if you think about what you're grateful for, I love my job, my family is very supportive, I had the best vacation, I feel amazing today, I got the biggest tax refund ever, and I had a great weekend campaigning with my son, and you sincerely feel the gratitude, the law of attraction says you must attract more of these things into your life. It works in the same way as the metal being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic. And the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. It's a universal law. You will have heard sayings, whatever goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, you get what you give. Well, all of those sayings are describing the same law. And they are also describing a principle of the universe that the greatest scientist, Sir Isaac Newton, discovered. Newton's scientific discovery included the fundamental law of motion in the universe, one of which says every action has an equal and has an opposite and equal reaction. Before going into this law, let's understand what is the context that the author is trying to say. See, always remember in life, whatever is happening with you, आप जिस भी चीज को अपनी एनर्जी दोगे, with way of your thoughts, with way of your feelings, with way of your time, that is what will grow in your life. If you give a lot of time, thoughts, feelings to your business will grow. If you give a lot of time and thought to your relationship will improve. So wherever your energies are going, that is going to enhance in your life. अगर मैं काम पे टाइम ही नहीं दे रहा, मेरा थॉट ही नहीं आ रहा, मेरे को फीलिंग नहीं आ रही, तो इट्स गोइंग टू सफर ना, बिकॉज माई अटेंशन एंड एनर्जी इज नॉट देयर. दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द ऑथर इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू. जिस भी थॉट्स को आप अपनी एनर्जी दोगे, दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू ग्रो इन योर लाइफ. नाउ दैट चॉइस of where I am going to give my energies to is entirely up to us. Every individual being has a free will to make that choice. कि मुझे अपनी एनर्जी, मुझे अपनी अटेंशन किस थॉट को देनी है. कि मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है, कि मेरे पास जो है मेरी नीड के हिसाब से बहुत है. मेरे पास अच्छी जॉब नहीं है, कि मैं शुक्र हूं कि मेरे पास जॉब तो है. So once you get on to that, making that choice of carefully and analytically deciding where to put your energies and attention, that is exactly what is now going to grow in your life. That choice is always with an individual being. And I request everybody to choose wisely. It's not a voting that you're doing, it's your life. So choose किसको energy देनी है ज़्यादा. And it is a very surprising thing. Whenever Trump comes for an election, there is a lot of hue and cry कि Trump. So he's getting everybody's energy and attention. And as a result, he wins. Even if the chances are odd against him. Last time there was not even strong chances that he would come. This time his chances were also strong. But then also he won because everybody's energy and attention went there. So in your life, choose wisely. किस चीज को मुझे एनर्जी देनी है, किस चीज को मुझे अटेंशन देनी है, so that you know it at the back of the mind, this is now going to grow in your life. If you're giving your energies and attention to a lot of bitching or gossiping, that is eventually going to grow in your life. But if you can, choose something more productive over it or any other thing, then that will grow in your life. So if you choose to be thankful for whatever you have, then things will automatically start growing in that direction. Now, coming to the Newton's law, every action always has an opposite and equal reaction. When you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving. So when you give, you receive, because receiving opposite is giving, giving opposite is receiving. And what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you've given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely and the more deeply grateful you feel, in other words, the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive. It's a very interesting concept. A lot of people feel कि अगर मैं दे रहा हूं तो मुझे रिसीव कैसे होगा. you know if I'm giving, how is it that giving will convert into receiving? And that is the biggest catch of the law of attraction. That is the biggest catch in the field of manifestation. Let's dig in a bit here. What happens when you give? And I'm not talking about giving money. It could be your time, it could be your attention, it could be just being a good listener. Anything that you give comes from a premise of abundance. मैंने दिया क्योंकि मेरे पास वो था. So you can only give what you have. And when you are coming from that premise of giving, you are also coming from a premise of abundance, that I have enough and I can give. That works with your mindset, where the receiving starts to flow into your life, because you are not in a zone of lack. You are coming from a zone of abundance. I'm not just talking about money. Giving can be anything. Giving can be giving food, giving can be your time, your energy, your blessings. That's also giving. Giving comes from a zone of abundance, that you have enough that you can give or you can share. That opens up your gates of receiving, because you are not in a premise of lack, and you're not feeding that premise of lack कि मेरे पास है नहीं, मेरे पास है नहीं, मेरे पास है नहीं. तो कहाँ से आएगा? अगर मेरी थॉट ये रहेगी कि मेरे पास है नहीं, तो मेरी अटेंशन कहाँ जा रही है, मेरी एनर्जी कहाँ जा रही है कि मेरे पास नहीं है, नहीं आएगा. बट अगर मेरी अटेंशन, मेरे थॉट प्रोसेस सबकॉन्शियसली चल रहा है that I am giving because I have, I'm coming from a zone of abundance. And that is how the receiving actually starts in your life. So giving paves way for receiving, because it gets you, it comes from a zone of abundance where the receiving can open freely for you, rather than coming from a zone of lack. The golden thread of gratitude, dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, permeating one civilization and culture to the next. The major religions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you've received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. I'll repeat his lines. Muhammad said that the gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said, if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and earth. And Jesus said, thank you before he performed each miracle. From the Australian Aborigines to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Navajo, Shawnee, and Cherokee to the Tahitians, Eskimo, and the Maori, the practice of gratitude is at the very root of the most indigenous traditions. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light. For your life and strength, give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies within yourself. Tecumseh, 1768 to 1813, Shawnee Native American lead. History is laden with famous figures who practiced gratitude and whose achievements put them amongst the greatest human beings who ever lived. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, Aesop Blake, Emerson, Dickens, Proust, Descartes, Lincoln, Jung, Newton, Einstein, and many, many more. Albert Einstein's scientific discovery changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his monumental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others, one of the most brilliant minds of all time, thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they had done. It is no wonder, it is any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein. Is it any wonder that Albert Einstein made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in return, he received many forms of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked how he achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton recently voted the greatest contributor to science, and humankind was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, and prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results, and the most were aware of its inherent power. Yet, still, gratitude's power is unknown to most people today, because to experience the magic of gratitude in your life, you have to practice it. And that is one of the best parts about this book, as you know, it takes you on a 28 to 29 day journey, where every day you will be, asked to do some practice of the other, so that you are able to get that power and that magic start, getting started in your life. My discovery. My story is a perfect example of what life is when a person is ignorant of gratitude, and what happens when you make gratitude a part of your life. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. For sure, I'm a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens a door for me, or when a person does something for me. The truth is, I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant. And just saying the words thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt, and it was increasing a little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations, I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationship swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous, because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. While I was what would be termed healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of each day. and I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illnesses going around each season. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on vacation. But then the reality of having to work harder to pay for those pleasures would sweep over me. I wasn't living, I was surviving. From day to day, from paycheck to paycheck, and I would no sooner solve one life problem than more problems would appear. But then something happened that would have changed everything in my life from that day forward. I discovered a secret about life. And as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was practice gratitude each day. As a result of this, everything in my life changed. And the more I practiced gratitude, the more miraculous were the results. My life truly became magical. For the first time in my life, I became debt free. And shortly after that, I had all the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationship, work, and health disappeared. And instead of facing daily obstacles, my day became filled with one good thing after another. My health and energy increased dramatically, and I felt better than I had in my 20s. My relationship became much more meaningful, and I enjoyed more good times with my family and friends in just a few months that than I had in all the previous years. More than anything else, I felt happier than I thought it was possible to feel. It was blissfully happy, the happiest I had ever been. Gratitude changed me and my whole life magically.